Hi everyone, so this is going to be a long-winded video like the last one. This is my review of Season 7, Episode 2 of Rupaul'S Drag Race, my favorite show in the entire world. And this look I am wearing is my Pearl-inspired makeup look, and you can see that video. It's going to go up, I believe, tomorrow, so check that out. But if you can't tell, Pearl's my favorite queen of the season. Obviously, she's beautiful, and my heart flutters every time I see her. I wrote some notes just to, refresh my mind on these episodes while I was in the zone. I decided I'd film this on a Tuesday instead of tomorrow on a Wednesday because, I had all these thoughts I needed to just talk about. So this episode starts off, they come back from the workroom per usual, and someone has the nerve to say they hate Michelle Visage, and why? Are you stupid? All I could think was, when I heard that, I was like, you're an idiot. I was like, you can't wait to see what you're packing when you go home because you're not going to fucking make it to the end with that attitude. Oh, I love Michelle Visage. She's the sweetest thing ever. If you've never met Michelle Visage and you meet her, you will fall in love because she's the nicest person ever. She's sweet. She's like a mom. She's everything. So then we have this little chip for tat, Sasha versus Pearl. You know what side I'm on. Pearl all the way. Sasha, go home. I mean, she does in this episode. Spoiler alert, if you haven't realized there's going to be spoilers in this video, I'm pretty much going to discuss everything that happens in this episode. So, and then we have this little Fame and Trixie thing going on when they return to the workroom, and I thought it was cute. And then on Untucked, they talk about it again. I'll get into that when I start talking about Untucked. But then the first challenge is the mini challenge, which is like this blow challenge. Then the pit crew is blowing them with some freaking leaf blowers, and Moby's there, which was totally random, but my mom loves Moby, but why was he there? Anyway, oh my god, Rue's pink suit to die for. I want one. I thought it was clever though, it was cute, and it was totally funny, but I don't understand why that was a second challenge. That's something you do in the end when you don't really need to make giant challenges. But then the winners were Trixie and Ginger, which I totally agree with because they looked the funniest and it was beautiful. So then they split up and they get to pick their team. So Ginger picks Sasha, Candy, Jasmine, Kasha Davis, Kennedy, and Jaden. So that's one team. And then Fame, well, Trixie won. So Trixie picks Fame, Max, Violet, Katya, Pearl, and I think that's it. So kind of when you look at the teams, you see there's all these beautiful, polished, kind of queens, and then there's kind of more campy queens. But you know which side I'm on. Come on, Fame, Pearl, you know me. But then we get into this. So they get into the groups and they start talking, and then Sasha's bitter. She wanted Kasha's part, and I was like, come on. But I don't know. I feel like Sasha could have done Kasha's part. Wow, so confusing. Sasha, Kasha, Miss Kasha Davis, Mrs. Kasha Davis. Sorry, not Miss Fame. You get the gist. But I don't know. And then they work on the challenge, and then everyone calls what roles they want to take, and Ginger kind of assigns roles, and Trixie kind of sees what everyone's talents are and trusts them on that and lets them kind of decide and feel where they fit best, which I think was a better idea, but I think it backfired. And I think you got to go with your gut and tell people what they need to do when you're the leader. But it worked out. I honestly love this challenge. And then when they get back to the workroom, they're getting ready, it's Elimination Day, and everyone attacks Fame, and I'm like, why? Because she's beautiful. See, the thing with Miss Fame is she is beautiful, and she goes and she just looks beautiful, and that's just her thing, but she doesn't have much performing experience, as they said, and that could be a downfall in this competition, but she can learn. It's not hard. She's beautiful. She's got some great attitude. She can just do it. And I feel like she's kind of holding herself back because she doesn't know what she can do in that aspect. So I think that might be a problem for Fame, but I feel like with this week's critique and telling her just to let go, and her just slumping on stage and being more relaxed and untucked, you can tell that she's going to make the progress and rise up to the challenge. And that's the kind of person Miss Fame is. She wants to do something, she'll make it happen. And I really like that. That's why I think I really resonate with Miss Fame, because if you want to do something, just go do it. Wise words. But we get some of Miss Fame's backstory, which is super sad, and it made me cry a little, and I don't ever usually cry in things. But I felt for Miss Fame, and she shows she's vulnerable, and she's gonna make this progress, and I know she is, and that's just the kind of person she is. And then we finally get to the challenge, and the guest judges this week are Jordan Sparks and Olivia Newton-John. And the challenge, I think, is the cutest thing ever. It is so polished and put together. I honestly was like so surprised. And then when they were practicing with, oh god, what's his name? The guy who does choreography, he's pretty cool. Miss Fame was having a troubled time, and when they did the challenge and they came out first and they did their airplane, Glamazonian Airways is the theme of this episode, I thought it was great. I didn't think Miss Fame did as bad as everyone was expecting her to do, and I think Pearl looked beautiful, per usual, made my heart flutter, and I think Trixie did so well. The only problem with that part was Katya, and I felt so bad for Katya, but she mentioned when they were practicing that she needed to memorize this lip sync and that was the hardest thing she was going to do, but then she didn't do it, which I don't get that. Like, if you think it's hard, that's what you need to work on. Don't work on your outfits as much. Like, have an outfit that you know that's going to work. Just focus on that freaking lip. Ugh. Anyway, but there was no message from the choreography, which I noticed, which I kind of enjoyed, because they were all so stressed about it, and nobody really messed up, not that I could tell. And then Pearl and Fame turned it out, and I was actually super glad Pearl was safe, because it means more screen time on Untucked, and girl. And then we get to the second one, which is the other team. It's Ginger's team, and Ginger kills it. She does such a fucking good job. But I honestly think Mrs. Kasha Davis did so well at that scat thing. But the whole problem I have with that skit was it wasn't serious like the other one. Like the other one, the first one with Pearl's team and all of them was cute, and they all looked like they belonged together. I think they were all blonde. I'm not sure. Max wasn't, duh. But it worked. They all looked like they came from like the same place, and that's what they're saying in Untucked, and I totally agree with that. I think they looked better, and it was a more professional skit, but the second one was more fun, and they had more standout people, so like Ginger and Mrs. Kasha Davis. So I honestly think that was better, and Jasmine Masters killed it. She was almost in the bottom 2 last week, and she turned it out, and it was beautiful, and I thought she was so funny. I loved that. What else do I have in here? Sasha was a mess. That hair, that wig was awful. Why would you wear it in the first place? And then to put it up like in a clip and then pull it down, like in the middle of like your part when you're trying to be sexy, like just like play with it. Like if she had it down and she was just like touching it, it would have been like sexy. But like she just went, was like, Ugh. That's what I think of freaking with Sasha Belle. I don't know, I don't feel personal to her. I feel like she worked really hard to be on the show and like go her, but like I don't know, that's all I was getting. She was just like, I worked really hard to be on the show. Like I didn't see any redeeming qualities there, which kind of sucks. Can we talk about how I never saw Kennedy's teeth the entire time? When she looks and she looks and where your teeth at? Okay. But like, it was cute, and I like the ending when they all came out in the lines and they march, and Mrs. Kasha, I can't fucking talk, blows a whistle and they all stomp. It was so cute. I think it was like so well done that I was surprised it was the second challenge. Like if it was like almost the last episode and there was a few of them, I would be blown away, but I'm already blown away. That was the second episode and they had it that down. Like these girls this season really, really know what they're doing and they want this. And I think that's the best part. And then they had a runway still in Jet Set Eleganza. And my favorites in the Jet Set Eleganza was Trixie's with that airplane on her head. Does that not read Jet Set Eleganza? It's got a fucking airplane on her fucking head. She looked like the Jetsons. It was so cute. And then we got Katya, and it was the cutest outfit ever, and I think that helped redeem her from not going home because she fucked up hard. And I'm sorry, she fucked up hard, but that outfit saved her life. It is so cute. I would wear it. It would look good on me. Just saying. Hit me up, Katya. And then Jaden's outfit was really cute. It totally read like Pilot, and it was so cute, and it looked good on her, and it fit her right. I think Jaden always looks pretty well done in makeup and all of her garb. I think that's just her thing. And then Pearl, per usual, that outfit was beautiful. I would wear it every day, as Ginger Moon says on Untucked. I kind of tried to emulate a little like of that in this look, and I obviously got the glitter thing going on. But I think that concludes my thoughts on the episode. I wasn't upset that Sasha Belle went home. I knew Katya was going to say she killed the lip sync. She did the best split. I've never seen someone do a slow split. I thought that was magic. But yeah, that's my thoughts on the episode. So now let's get to Untucked, which is like the best part. So on Untucked, they basically bring in the people that were safe, and we hear most from them. So this week, Max, Trixie, Pearl, Jaden, Jasmine, Kennedy, and Candy were safe. And that's a big step for Candy because Candy was in the bottom 2 last week. This week, she's not in the top, but she is safe, so that's a good thing. And then Pearl was safe last week, which means she got a lot of airtime on Untucked. So that means she gets another chance to have more airtime on Untucked. And, you know, that means I could just stare at her more, and I'm slurring my words because I think she's perfect. Okay, so my thoughts on Untucked. So Max was completely silent the entire time, and I did not understand. Like, did they forget she was there? She was just kind of sitting in the back, and she's just, like, reacting. Like, I think her reactions are, like, funny, and she's, like, you know, a good character, but why didn't we hear her talk? I really like her voice. Like, come on, give me some more Max. And then, as we go along, Pearl steals my heart because she's the cutest thing ever. And then Trixie discusses the bottom people on their team, and people are saying, Jasmine and them are saying that, you know, their team totally won, which I don't think is fair because I liked the first one more. I don't know about you. Let me know which skit you liked more. I liked the first one more. I think it was more polished, despite Katya's screw up. But Trixie says, you know, she thinks Katya's in the bottom. She feels bad, and I would feel bad too. That's my teammate, and she thinks she messed up a little bit on the pigging, and as I talked about earlier, she could have done it a different way, but, you know, it works out, and, you know, it's gonna go the way it goes. And then Trixie discusses bottom, okay, Katya, there. And then Jasmine keeps claiming their act was the best, and it started to bug me, like, halfway through. Like, she said it about 4 freaking times, and I was like, okay, we get it. Like, calm down. I don't know. I really liked Jasmine at first. She's friends with someone that I'm friends with, and I thought, you know, I'll like her because, you know, I just thought I knew her. I knew who she was. So at first I was very like, you know, I'm going to like this one. And the more she talks and Untucked, the more she's just rubbing me the wrong way. I don't know what it is, but there's something there it's attitude, girl. Nope. And then they talked about Sasha and her hair thing. Oh, I feel bad for Sasha, but, like, she was meant to go home soon. And if she was meant to stay long, it would have happened. And she's got a big name out there, and she's funny. She's making these videos I've seen on Facebook, and she's got it going. You'll see. We'll see more from her, I'm sure. She's not just going to disappear. She worked really hard, and it's evident. She really wants to do well, and she loves the show, and she's going to continue to love the show, because who doesn't? Anyway. Jasmine's getting kind of rude, and then they get on the topic of hottest boys, and Jaden reads my mind and says, Pearl is sexy, and I just melt because Pearl is sexy. And then Pearl has this little, like, speech thing where she's like, I don't mind being safe, and, like, her voice, oh, God. I got the hots for Pearl. I'm not even sorry. Psh, I'm dressed like her. Come on. Okay. And then the other girls come back in the room, which is fun because you get to see all of them together and their chemistry, and it's very strange. There's people that you can tell that are going to get along. There's people that you can tell that are never going to like each other, and that's just the way it is. And so if they're talking, and then Fame, is this Fame and Trixie? Oh, they criticized Fame and Trixie in the workroom earlier, and there's another clip of them being super close, and I think it's like they're friends. Like, have you ever had a best friend that you're super close with, and you, like, you know, you touch them and you're, like, intimate with them because they're your friend and you love them as a friend? And not Pearl. Fame is married, so, like, I don't understand why the girls are all, like, threatened and think it's weird. Like, who gives a shit? Like, come on, be close with your friends, be touchy-feely. Come on. Show some love. God. And then they come back in the room, and Ginger's kind of bragging, and she's like, I did so well. But she did do well, but her outfit was awful, and that was evident. And can't not clock her on that. And then Fame was talking about how she just wants to be pretty, and I just feel bad for little Fame because, like, she's beautiful. So beautiful. And she just hasn't fully realized what she can do outside of her beauty. And she just doesn't, she sees herself as beauty and she doesn't see herself as something much more. And I wish she did, because she is got an amazing personality. They're talking about Pearl being safe, and I think writing that way is gonna go well for Pearl. But the only thing that sucks about being safe in the first few episodes is you never get any criticism, so you don't know if they're gonna like what you're doing next, because you have no idea what they like and don't like on you. So it's a double-edged like sword. It's a catch-22. You'll figure it out. But I'm hoping Pearl wins soon, so we can hear what they have to say. I want to know what Michelle thinks about her. I don't know why. I just trust Michelle's opinion very much. The other team says they're not being polished. Oh, there's some shade there, and I totally agree with them being polished. And then Violet starts snickering, and I kind of want to punch her in the face. I'm over Violet on the second episode, and I thought I was really going to like her, and I can't stand her. And where the fuck are her boobs still? It's the second episode. Give me some boobs. God damn it. Look at, I've contoured them, and I even have them. Hurry it up, Violet-Chachki. I want to see more from you. You cannot redeem yourself from saying you hate Michelle Visage. You're kind of fucked yourself in the gay world. So, good luck. And don't fuck it up. As RuPaul says. Can't stand Violet stinkering. It pissed me off. And then they have a little part where Ginger compliments Pearl, and like she says she misjudged her at first, even though she never said anything, but she just wanted to tell her that she liked her drag and that she loved her outfit. And I just thought it was really sweet, and I'd like to see them as friends, because I really think Ginger is good. At first I underestimated her, calling herself a glamour toad. I don't understand where that's coming from, but I think she's smart, and I think she's funny, and I think she looks good. Her makeup, if you didn't notice in the challenge when they had to put drag on in 15 minutes, she had a full face of makeup on, and it didn't look bad. It looked like she just, like, literally put herself in drag. And that is something I am very intrigued on, because how do you do that in 15 minutes? Inquiring minds want to know. How did you do that, girl? Okay, really, but it was so, like, touching to hear her say that, and I didn't think Ginger as a soft kind of person or like a caring kind of person. She kind of comes off like a little snappy, but she was totally sweet to Pearl, and Pearl has my like soft spot in my heart, soft spot in my heart. She's just beautiful, and like you can tell she's kind, and like I don't know. And then little Katya, so sad. I feel so bad for her. I really like her personality, and I'm glad she did not go home, because I'm excited to see more from her. And there's going to be a funny challenge next week, and it is a Shakespeare challenge, which I think is great, because Shakespeare originated kind of drag in general. And so I think she's going to kill that, and that's going to bring her comeback, and she's going to do well and keep pushing on. So I'm excited to see that. And then they have a little talk between Max and Sasha, and I think that's the first time I've heard Max really talk to anyone, and it made me like love her even more. I really think Max is beautiful, and her drag is like, so she knows what she's doing, and it's like her character, and there's no one else that looks like that, and I really like that about her, and I just want to hear her talk more and get more involved. But maybe she's playing it safe. Maybe there's a strategy here. We'll see. But I think that concludes my thoughts on this episode of Drag Race. I'm excited for next week's episode. They're doing a Shakespeare challenge, and they're put into teams. If you have not seen the preview on the Logo TV app, go watch it, because it is a good preview, and I screen capped Pearl about 20 times, and I have a collection of pictures on my phone from it. So I think that concludes my thoughts on this episode. I'm excited for next week, and I really like this episode. I thought it was perfect, polished, beautiful, and what else could you ask for? And I think that concludes this video. As I've said 3 times, I hope you enjoyed these videos. I really enjoy making them. I enjoy talking about my favorite show. I'm sure everyone enjoys talking about their favorite show. But if you want to see more, be sure to be subscribed to my channel. I put these videos up every Wednesday, and I have makeup tutorials that go up usually the day after these videos are going up. And I think that's pretty exciting. So if you want to see more, go back and look at my channel. And if you want to see what's more to come, stay tuned and subscribe. So yeah, like this video if you enjoyed it, comment on this video and tell me what you think, and let's be friends. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr, ask me questions. I'd love to be your best friend. How do you end this? You just say, I don't know. I love Drag Race. If you don't love it, you're missing out. You gotta watch it. Goodbye.